Greetings to the people, greetings to the people, greetings to the people. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness to the cosmic consciousness, soul control, collective, family, and soul drive. I hope everybody's feeling good for no reason at all, because feeling good is feeling God. If it wasn't for pseudo-mutuality, I probably wouldn't even have a powerful message to share. If it wasn't for a narcissist, I probably wouldn't have a powerful message to share in all that I do share. If it wasn't for hurting people, I probably wouldn't have a powerful message to share. And when I think about the term hurt people, I really was just contemplating on that while I was cleansing. And I realized that hurt people because they don't know no better. That's why I started out with thanks to pseudo-mutuality. And I read the definition of pseudo-mutuality a few videos back. It's a video entitled Pseudo-Mutuality for any and all those who are unsure of what that word means. Pseudo-mutuality, pseudo-mutuality. Because most, if not many of us, come from pseudo-mutuality. We come from families that covered up things, swept things under the rug, instead of dealing with it. I don't know if it's because they didn't know how to express what they was dealing with, if they didn't know how to properly deal with what they was dealing with. But a lot of us witnessed pseudo-mutuality and we didn't know what we was witnessing. A lot of us witnessed narcissism and we didn't know what we was witnessing, because when I came up, narcissism wasn't even a word. I mean, it probably was a word. It just wasn't floating in our communities. Pseudo-mutuality definitely wasn't a word I have ever heard of. I only found that word last month, and I dropped it in the video with the things that it showed me. I say that because in passing down the program, you know, and a lot of this ain't because they ain't know no better. Those that we came from, a lot of this because they knew better, but other things was involved. But in passing down the program, it empowered, it disempowered, it's unempowered many of us. And by going through the things that we experienced, only through those things that we experienced was we able to get a glimpse in order to even start gaining our power back. I say that because they wanted us to love everything. You know, speaking about the program, they wanted us to love everything, everyone, and every place more than we loved ourselves. But my question is, how does that work? And who does that work for? Who that's been working for? Has it been hurtful or has it been helpful to you or for you? Or has it worked for you? If you're a pseudo-mutualist or a narcissistic person, has it worked for you? I say that because if you need to grow, I'm gonna say something or have said some things to spark an activation for the process of initiation to begin, not to mention the light, the frequency, the activation, the creativity, the vibration, amongst other things that I radiate, to be a portal of healing, to be a portal of understanding, to be a portal of insight, and to be a portal of expression in the lives that I come into contact with. I say that because when you're born to shine, you have the power to affect each and every life that you come into contact with. And I ain't always used that the right way. If I be more direct, many times, of course, during the phases in my life, I used it in error before I ever start to use it correctly. That's what makes me an example and a great one. Now y'all be saying, why do I say that? Because to know thyself and seek the truth that will set you free requires knowing thyself. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. And to know thyself, you gotta seek the truth for it to set you free. At least that's what truth did for me. And since we was all born into a lie, yeah, we was all born into a lie. If you caught the beginning, it's evident that we was born into a lie. The lies that we believe about our families, which led to the lies that we believed about ourselves. And when we came into the truth of ourselves, we start seeing the truth of the families that we came from, or I wouldn't be sitting here saying this, hear me? So since we was all born into a lie, and this is not shocking to some of us, you know, because we doing the work. And I hope I'm speaking to some that's coming into the acceptance of that. Otherwise, I can see a struggle still going on with being self-empowered, not externally empowered, because ain't nothing outside. But we'll get back to that. Through my ability to see through what I have seen, I realized that my higher self was always showing me things, whether it's about people, whether it's about places, whether it's about things. And before I started really evolving in the dialogue that my higher self had with me, I always had dreams, you know, always seen things through dreams, and I ain't dreamed in a long time, family. But my higher self was always showing me things, but the purpose and the reason that I bring that up is because I didn't always listen. You hear me? Because the me was in the way. Yeah, the me was in the way with myself. The me was in the way with myself. But the more I develop harmony with the I in myself, if you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. The more I develop harmony with the I in myself, intuition began to be the only thing that I listen to. So it's hard to get things past me. I'm a person that's hard to lie to. I'm a person that's hard to deceive. Especially if you ain't moving correctly and concerning me. Because I don't say some things don't mean that I don't know. A lot of people that was used to being in my presence took that lightly. But I say that because that's why we need to be tapped in, family. And emotionally balanced, more so. Because ain't nothing outside. Ain't nothing outside. But everybody outside. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. Why do I say that? Because harmony is all about your commitment to yourself. But it will be tested through people, It will be tested through places, and it will be tested through things. Now, you may be wondering, why do I say that? Well, I say that, family, to say this. If you got people around you who don't hold you accountable, what do you got them around you for? I want y'all to think about that for a minute. If you got people around you who don't hold you accountable, what do you have them around you for? On top of that, is it benefiting to them? Because it can't be benefiting to you if you're not being held accountable by the people that you have around you. So who is it beneficial for? Who is it benefiting? Has it benefited them more than you? Or you more than them? Depending on what shoe you in. So we could vice versa. You hear me? I say that because although I had to do the work and I had to do it, I ain't do it all by myself. And all the help that I received was not intended help that I received to be able to do it. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. You hear me? But I use it to my benefit. I use it to help myself. And from that, I use it to help others, to teach others a lesson while snatching off some masks. And in order to snatch off some masks, I had to snatch off my own. You hear me? I say that to say, I ain't going back down there. It don't took too much work, and it feel good to be in a dramaless space. It feel good to be in a dramaless sphere. It feel good to live a life with no drama because I rose above it. See, I just spoke about emotional balance. Because if we're not emotionally balanced, anybody, anything, and any place could pull you back into that shit. You hear me? But I ain't going back down there. It took a lot of fearlessness. But more so, it took a lot of fearless self-love to self-improve. I'm gonna say it again. It took a lot of fearlessness, but it took a lot of fearless self-love to self-improve, to get into my north node, to get into my highest space. You hear me? Why do I say that? Because love is the highest vibration. I do not disagree with that. But I realized that two important factors was left out, even though they always mentioned, but they're not mentioned as the highest vibration because they are the highest vibrations. And that's forgiveness and that's happiness. But that's something that I had to realize through my own journey. You hear me? Through my own love, through my own ability to be able to forgive, which tapped me into what would be my own happiness. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. See, because forgiveness is not about others, it's for ourselves. You hear me? So, I forgot how it go, but it say, it's a higher understanding that I know that. Forgive those who spitefully wrong you, spitefully misuse you, so forth and so on. It's a reason for those things. But when we stuck in the lower vibratories of our lower nature, we'll have no idea of the peace that's attached to being able to do that. Once again, forgiveness is not for others, it's for yourself. I say that because, like anything else, family, there's rules of engagement to spirituality. See, that's not something that you're going to be told. That's something that you're going to have to learn. But I just told you, so all you got to do is learn it now. But that's why I created mantras like feel good for no reason at all, amongst other little slick sayings y'all hear me say you ain't heard nowhere else. You hear me? And it's not about saying it, but it was about saying it enough and penetrating it enough and repeating it enough and affirming it enough till I started to embody it. You know, doing it so much till you embody it, till it becomes you. You know, you can vibrate life till life becomes you. You ain't even gotta say nothing. You can vibrate death till death becomes you. And you ain't even gotta say nothing. Those who can see it all around us. And I remember when I don't been on both sides, even though I stand in life and I stand in light, but I vibrated on death. I ain't get here overnight. I had my share of experiences too. If you need to grow, I hope I have said something to spark an activation for the process of your initiation. See, it ain't just through the good things that I came to know what God is and who God is and how God works and how God works with you may not be the same as nobody else you may know. So you're going to have to know how God works with you, and you're going to have to know who God is to you, regardless of who you call yourself or consider yourself to be. You see, because we made a lot of things, but we ain't make all this. We ain't make everything that we see. We make a lot of things. We co-create with the Creator and make a lot of things, but we ain't make everything we see, regardless of how much we connected to it. You don't listen, you're going to miss it. But I say that because your ability to transform your life is already in you. Your ability to transform your life is already in you. I can't do that for you. You know, I could transmute the energies that you may bring if they ain't vibing out like mine vibing, but I can't transform your life for you.